Greetings, everyone. HodorHodor here, playing some more HEX Constructed. You might also know me as Crispy from Eternal Fire Gaming YouTube channels of our Trouble in Terrorist Town. And after top 8ing the CCS, we're going to try and set the ladder on fire a little bit with some mono-red Ruby Angus. You know, get some fast wins in, ladder climb faster. Alright, looks like we're up against Horizon on Elk. So Grandfather Elk is 22 starting life, and for double wild and 4 charges, target troop gets +3/+3 and crush. In the past, has usually been like a Ruby Wild socket deck with Runir having double damage. So we might be able to line up pretty well, especially, unfortunately he's going first. We want to be going first, but our hands here are pretty good. We have 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. So we just got a usual 1 mana 3/1. Alright, opponent has double wild. Has main deck Carnosaurs. So Carnosaur is a 2 mana 2/2 that when he plays it, it'll fight, so it'll fight the other creature, dealing 2 damage, and more creature will deal 3 damage to it. So they'll kill each other, and he gains 2 life, because whenever a troop fights, he gains 2 life. But luckily, at least we trade, so we can just jam this Righteous Outlaw, 2 mana 2/1 with speed, and when it untaps, we can either make it Creator Valor, or have it transform into the Scarlet Swordsman. So I'll just undo that 2 life he got there. And opponent is definitely not wanting to get aggroed by having main deck Carns. Alright, Mindpyre Rangers, it's been a while since we've seen this card. It's a 2 mana 2/2 with Trample or a Crush. And whenever he gains a wild threshold, if the top card of his deck is a troop, he draws a card. Otherwise, he puts that card into his deck. When he has 5 wild thresholds at the start of his turn, this gets +5/+5. So at the start of every of his turns, it keeps growing. Now he's going to let us untap. We're going to probably just go with the transforming the Scarlet Swordsman, because when it attacks, it'll deal damage to its attack, to opposing troop, and to the champion. So we get to attack for 2, deal him 2 damage, and hit for another 2. I'm going to play Matriarch of Flames. So it's kind of like Mindpyre, except in this case, whenever we gain a Ruby threshold, it gets +1/+1, and when we have 5, it creates a burn to the ground, which is essentially Fireball in our case. So yep, we're going to attack here. Scarlet Swordsman trigger, killing his Mindpyre and dealing him 2 damage. Alright, opponent has a Jack Brutalizer, so it's a 2 mana 0/3 that when he deploys, it gets attack equal to the highest troop attack among troops you control. So this is just literally a 0 mana 0/3. I'm not sure why he's playing it like that. I mean, I guess it blocks. Okay, that's just a little announcement. Alright, so we're gonna play this Mama Yeti here. It's a 4 mana 5/5 with speed and crush. And opponent just concedes. So the Mama Yeti, we can only have that in our deck in case if only we have 4 Baby Yetis. Opponent was even afraid and just conceded the match to us. Alright, and we've got our match going. Alright, this is a new champion that I haven't played against a lot. Oh, thank you, Jokey Smurf89 for the follow! Alright, so we're against Rune Carver Darkon here. So for 2 Sapphire and 5 charges, he takes target action in his hand with cost 2 and gives it Runic. Runic's ability when you cast the spell, after it resolves, it becomes a mysterious rune, and when you draw a shard, you get to cast that card again. Alright, so this is that moment where you determine what type of burn player you are. We have a single Ruby Shard, and multiple spells that we can cast if we just draw a single shard. We're on the play, so I'm going to take this risk here. We're going to keep this hand. We're going to see if we're going to see just how lucky we are. Alright, opponent starts out with a Ruby Ice, so he gets to shoot with that ice. It has Fate Weave. He gets to choose whether he puts a shard or non-resource card on top of his deck. And bam! Drew the Ruby Shard like professional that we are. All the cards in our hand are now online and we can cast them. So we're going to start with the Scapegoat. It's a 1-mana 0/1 with Rage 1, so whenever it attacks, it gains a power. It also has speed, so it can attack right away. It can't block, and when it becomes a block, we put it into our hand. So what we're really using with this Scapegoat for is for getting some quick points of damage and helping trigger our Lazgar's Vengeance. So Lazgar's Vengeance, as you can see here, this used to be 8 cost, now it's 7. It has Assault, so whenever a troop we control attacks, if this was on our hand, it gets -1 cost. And then, it also happens to deal 4 damage to our opponent's troops and his face. So, it's a nice little cheap burn spell that we're going to work on. Oh man, just Ruby Shards flowing. It's fine, we're good. Alright, we're going to play this Righteous Outlaw again. Attack, get in for some 4 damage. If opponent plays a troop, we can turn this Outlaw into a Scarlet Swordsman. Opponent just decides to concede right there. Alright, so we're getting some really fast matches in, like I said. Setting the ladder on fire here. With no idea what our opponent's deck is, we're just going to ship it back. And just for any of you guys interested in, say, getting into HEX, this deck that we're playing right here, only $70. Like, if you're used to playing Magic the Gathering, this would be, like, $70 would probably cost you just the mana base alone. This, it's just all the cards in this deck, $70 total. So, we're going to go with a Shard, play this adorable little Baby Yeti, little Pumpkin Stealer Baby Yeti on 1, and attack. Trigger our Lazgar's Vengeance to make it cheaper. Unfortunately, we're missing a turn 2 play. Hopefully we can pick that up. If not, we'll at least have turn 3 Matriarch. Possibly draw the 4th shard for this Mama Yeti here. And just bash our opponent's face in. Alright, opponent plays a Skittering Cultivator. It's a 2-mana 1/4 with Diligence, so whenever it untaps, it summons 2 Dreadlings, which are 1/1 troops with haste that die at the end of his turn. Unfortunately, he has a 1/4 here, so I'm kind of debating if I want to actually swing this Baby Yeti into it or not. And you know what? I'm gonna hold back on attacking. Maybe he attacks with the Skittering Cultivator, and we get to attack back. We do want to try and make our Lazgar's vengeance cheaper, but I don't think it's worth it at the cost of losing a troop. Alright, opponent does attack. Hopefully he doesn't have another good troop creature to play. Alright, so he plays a Warp Shield Starsworn. When it comes into play, he summons a Deathcrawler, so it's this other troop here. Both are socketed, so this has Gladiator, so whenever it has a +1 attack on his turn and +1 defense on our turn, and then this Deathcrawler has, when he plays an action, +1/+1. So because of that Gladiator, unfortunately we can't attack with the Baby Yeti, but we can still play this Matriarch. And you know what? I might actually sacrifice the Baby Yeti here just to get our Lazgar's cheaper. It's going to be the really crucial card for wiping this board. Alright, gonna play a Ruby Shard. Play this Mama Yeti out. This bad Mama Jamma Yeti. Attack with both of our troops here. Oh, opponent apparently has Medicine Girl, so it's a 6-mana 5/5, but for 3 mana, he can put this into his hand to stun 2 opposing troops. So that's pretty good for him. If he had that Grelk, I'm not sure why he didn't attack with the Warp Steel Starsworn. Maybe he was expecting us to play more troops. So unfortunately, we don't get to trigger our Lazgar's Vengeance that well this turn. With these guys being stunned, they're not going to untap our next turn. So what we really want to do is draw a 5th Shard. Because with that 5th Shard, we can Vengeance them to death. Opponent also playing Locket Reflection, an interesting artifact here. So whenever you play a non-resource card, if you have exactly one card with the same name as that in his deck, he plays it for free. So that means for deck building wise, he's playing a bunch of 2-ofs. So if we don't draw the Ruby Shard, our opponent actually has a real chance of killing us. So if we don't draw the Ruby Shard, we're just going to have to play troops on defense. Which is kind of not what we want to be doing in an aggressive deck. But like we always are, the professional that we are, we're just going to light our opponent's entire board on fire with Vengeance. Vengeance for Lazgar's. Wiping away all of his troops. And dealing him 4 damage in turn. So opponent plays Landed Pot side because he has 2 of them in his deck. He gets to cast the other one for free. So the next action, resource, and troop in his deck gets when you play this draw card. So it's kind of like a delayed draw 3. Alright. If opponent doesn't have any kind of interaction or troops, we have a very real chance of killing them because we can play Matriarch of Flames and Frothfang Cackler. So this was in one of the new cards in the Frostheart set. It's a 2-mana 2/2 with speed. but for 3 and tapping it, we can give target troop +3 power. Also, this power is free if we play this card this turn. So we can just play this for 2 mana and just tap it right away to give +3 power to something, and that would really likely kill them. So opponent's gonna double Runebind because he has Locket. So he's gonna turn both of our troops into Mysterious Runes. And it actually has Runic itself because he used his hero power on it. But if we draw a Shard, we can just kill them still. Fortunately, we didn't get there with the Shard. We're still gonna go play Matriarch of Flames and the Cackler. We're gonna give the Matriarch +3 power. Because we know he doesn't have any other Runebinds. He only has 2 in the deck because he triggered off of Locket. So the only other card you could have for 1 mana that could stop us here is, say, it could be Fireball, but he would have been dead by now, or Transmog. Alright, so he drew a Shard so he can cast the Runebind again. So we know he has only a Shard. It draws him a card, though, because of Planetposite. Alright, he has Arcane Focus. He hasn't played another one, and it's not triggering. So he might just have the other one in hand, or 4 copies. Alright, plays another Warpsteel Shardsworn. This one double Prophesized. So he'll get 2 troops back. He'll play 2 troops. We might just go for another Vengeance and try and kill him. Because this will put him to 4. Our charge power deals 3, and then our Cackler would be able... Alright, he also has... Okay, so he's just conceding. So, oh man. The card that he was playing was Consult the Talons. It has Mobilize, 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 meaning that you can tap a troop for each instance of Mobilize to reduce the cost by 2. So if he had 3 troops, it could have been a 1-mana draw 3. And since he only had 2 copies in the deck, he got to cast the other one for free off of Locket to draw 6 cards at least. Unfortunately, I guess he just realized he wasn't drawing any kind of gas, so he was just pretty much dead on board to our Vengeance that he didn't know that we had. Alright, and we're also slowly climbing up the ladder. Currently 36 on the ladder. Continuing to try and light people on fire. Alright. I'm not going to try and pronounce the name, so we're going to go up against Shoku the Botanist here. So for a wild and 2 charges, if he has a wild threshold and 2 charges, he can summon a Dreadling. Luckily, we won the coin flip here, so we're going to go first as always. Hand is looking pretty... I'm not really liking this hand that much, because we have just 1-drops and a Mama Yeti that we can't play, neither a Fireball, because this requires triple Ruby Threshold. So I'm going to actually ship this back. And I'm going to actually try... I'm going to try this hand because of the Ruby Ice, so we can Fate Weave to get a non-resource on top. So this is a pretty sketch keep on our end. But we're going to give it a try and see how well it plays out. opponent might be away from keyboard. So luckily we don't have to wait too long. For Hex, if an opponent doesn't make an action for 5 minutes, he'll time out and we just win the match or win the game, and then just go to sideboarding. Opponent still appears to be away from keyboard since he's still on the mulligan decisions. So more than likely what our play is going to be is we're just going to lead on Ruby Ice to put a non-resource on top, hopefully a troop. Keep in mind when you're playing a burn deck, you actually really want to have troops in your hand. We're kind of making a really bad keep decision here, but we're just going to see how this plays. So you want troops in your hand because those are usually your consistent sources of damage. And for anyone else watching, feel free to hit that follow button. We're planning on trying to stream Hex Constructed every Monday and Thursday based off of my work schedule. Those might change based off of my work need. Because I know, say, this week I'll more than likely be switching my Thursday for a Wednesday. And we typically try to stream in the afternoon, like maybe around starting at 1 or 2 p.m. So yeah, in about the next minute or two, if opponent does not make any kind of play or anything, we're just gonna win this game and go strictly immediately to sideboarding. Since we kind of know what our opponent's on, we know he's at least on wild because of his champion power. But even based on that knowledge, I'm not sure if we're gonna make any sideboarding decisions. Oh, and there's opponent, right on time. Alright, so that was a Shard of Instinct, I believe it is called. So that was a slow shard, so it doesn't give him immediate resource. It'll give him a resource next turn. He does get to choose between a Sapphire or Wild Threshold. So now we also know that he is on Sapphire Wild. Alright, cool, we got a troop. So we're going to play this 2-2 with haste out, start bashing in for some damage, and trigger our Lazgar's Vengeance, making it cheaper. Opponent doesn't even have any plays, that's good for us. Alright, so we want to be drawing less shards and more troops. We do actually have to have a board to trigger this Lazgar's Vengeance with. Alright, opponent has Brown Fox Scout. So Brown Fox Scout is a 2 mana Sapphire Wild Threshold 3/2 with Quick, or in this case, or in Magic terms, Flash. And this is the top card of his deck. You get to see it if it's on the top. You get to see it as the top card, and if it's the top card of your deck, you can play it. So he's gonna put it into play and try and get us to block and try and block our troop. But we have this Fireball here that we can use to clear it out of the way and still hit it for 2 damage. Alright, the classic Runir Hierophant. So this is normally a 3 mana 2/2, but it has the major socket of -1 cost in all zones. So he's playing it as a 2 mana 2/2 with Skyguard and Steadfast. And whenever another troop enters play under control, it gets +1/+1. So this is pretty unfortunate here because you can use this charge power to make it to summon the Dreadling to give it +1/+1, so we probably can't cremate it. Yep, so he does do that. We're gonna hope to draw either another burn spell. We might throw our Cackler into his Runir because we really want to get it off the board or try and kill it before it gets too big. Or we just double cremate it. So we're gonna use both the cremates here, kill his Runir, and make an attack with our Cackler to make the Lazgars cheaper. We are, unfortunately, having red deck problems of running out of gas a little bit. So right now, all we just have is this Cackler, and hopefully this Lazgar Vengeance can get to 4 so we can actually cast it. Even if we draw a Shard, we can cast the Lazgar Vengeance too and wipe out away some of his creatures. But we're really having trouble getting these last couple points of damage in. So he plays a Shard Swarm with Deathcry, summon a Blight Blossom. Also, the random generated Deathcrawler has Blight Blossom generation. And that was Mill, so he milled over a Cackler, so that's going to be a problem. So, let's have Righteous Outlaw. So, I'm just going to attack with this Cackler here. He's going to double block, at least with 1 Blossom Dude. And I kind of hope a second one, because you want to Vengeance away his board as much as possible. Nah, he was smart. So he's gonna have at least 2 Blight Blossoms left over from this Vengeance. And I think we'll play it. Opponent is technically at 6 because of our charge power. We just like to hold on to it to make sure. What we'd really want to draw here is like a Mama Yeti. Mama Yeti would be 5 power to the board with hasty attack, and that'd be really good. Alright, opponent plays Consult the Talents to draw 3 cards. And then another Shard Sworn with, obviously, the Blight Blossom gem. This time, this Deathcrawler has +1 when he plays an action. Alright, he used a Scurious Coin, which is a Sapphire coin. So there's a coin for each type of shard. For this one, it's pay 2 if you have a Sapphire Threshold. You discard a card to ready target troop and draw a card. So you readied the Dreadling to draw a card. And to attack and get an extra point of damage in. Alright, really hoping for something. Fireball is kind of nice. We're going to hold on to that for now. And play Righteous Outlaw out. So all we need is 3 more points of damage and we can kill our opponent. So opponent has 6 mana and 4 cards, so he still has a lot of gas. We're kind of running out. Trying to pick up those last 3 points of damage to kill our opponent. Alright, opponent makes a Dreadling. Attacks with everything but 1 troop. Unfortunately, we still can't get past the Shard Sworn because when it dies, it summons a Blight Blossom. Fortunately, drew another shard, not gas. Do keep in mind I doubt we survive 3 turns, but if we kept drawing 3 shards, we could use our charge power twice. Not in the same turn, so I'd have to make sure to stagger it. Alright, so opponent attacks with all those dudes. Gets in for 4 damage. Okay, he also has Siege into Gemini, so this has Assault, so like our Lazgar's Vengeance, whenever it attacks, it reduces its cost. This originally, I believe, starts out as like 11 cost. And when he plays it, if this had cost 1 or less, it summons a second Siege Engine. So he just adds 16 power to the board. So opponent definitely is like a Sapphire Wild Dreadling deck of just attacking. Unfortunately, we're a damage short. Alright. So what we're going to probably add is these Crackling Magmas. So it deals 1 damage to each opposing troop without flight, so it can kill a lot of his weaker troops and Dreadlings. We're going to take the Cremates out. I think. Yep. Alright, and hopefully we can draw a little bit better and kill them faster. Alright, so we're gonna go first here. We're gonna actually shift this hand back because the only feature is our 4-drop. Alright, this is a lot better. These Boltspasms kind of line up pretty poorly against his Shard Sworns, but we're gonna hope to try and at least get 1 hit with them in first. So we're kind of bad at drawing the bad creatures of our deck in this matchup. Normally, these Boltspasms would be pretty good. I'm gonna actually just play double Boltspasm. He'll probably play Shard Sworn and get 2 blockers for us. But then we can play at least like Cackler and try and give one of them +3 power. Nope, instead just actually plays a Skittering Cultivator, so that's pretty good for us. That means he only gets 1 blocker, and this Cackler could make it so that way our Boltspasm trades with one of his troops. So we're going to trade our Boltspasm for his Cultivator and still get in for 6. Alright, it has a Blight Brush, so when it dies, summon 2 Blight Blossoms. Alright, we're just going to keep playing some troops out and just attack in his face. So we're going to have to try and get through this Blight Blossom here. He's going to attack with all of our troops. He should trade with a Boltspasm, yep. So now he goes to a very real 3 life. So like, if he has no way to gain life and we just draw like a burn spell or something, we possibly could kill him. He's pretty low now. Got the old Runear Hierophant. Makes a Dreadling, so that way that grows. Yeah, opponent has to be really careful here about how many creatures to leave back to block. So attack, he eats this, blocks. So I don't think we actually have good attacks. Because say he blocks our best troops, that just leaves a Baby Yeti to get in for a damage. No, I'm gonna do it. Unfortunately, because we can't play these Matriarchs at all. If we could have played Matriarch, we'd had a better chance. Oh, he also has Brown Fox Scout. That's unfortunate. So yeah, opponent gets to actually block everything here. So that was really poop for us. Alright, also has Prompt, so Prompt gives all of his exhausted troops +2 power, and all of his ready troops +2 defense. So you can attack for a good amount of damage here, and have good blocks. So opponent got really lucky, I just drew like a bunch of his good cards for us in the matchup. And we can't actually block, so we're actually dead. So, I mean, here's a little idea for showing variance here. You can't get lucky all the time. So we can't win every game, unfortunately. Alright, we're up against Horizon again. If I remember, he was like mono wild. And I think he had main deck Carnosaur, so we're going to lead with Boltspasm. Alright, so he also has Witch of the Wishing Well, so when this attacks, he puts up to 1 troop from his hand into his deck, and if he does, he puts a random troop from his deck into his hand, and he gets +1/+1 permanently. So yeah, like I said here, leading with Boltspasm. Yep, just saying hi again. Has a Wild Ice, so that means he doesn't have any 2-drops to play. Does decide to attack. Since we're just going to try and kill him fast, we're going to not block and take the 1 damage and let him get his trigger multiple times. Like, once again, we're the aggressor, so we're really just trying to kill him. Alright, opponent decides not to attack. That's interesting. So we're just gonna make a Valor here. Gonna play this Ruby Shard out. I'm gonna start by fireballing his blocker. See what he's got. Maybe he has Gargolith or something. So he has Aspect of the Squirrel. So this is a 3 mana quick action with Scrounge 3. So if he Scrounge 3, he can make another Aspect of the Squirrel. And this allows him to give target troop +3/+3 and also socketed powers this. So this is Swift Strike. So what we're going to do is just fireball his troop again to kind of 2 for 2 him. And we're going to play the Valor on our Righteous Outlaw, because if we play a Scapegoat, he could possibly Carnosaur it and eat it for free. So we want to make sure we have troops that can survive Carnosaur. Opponent here is just kind of asking advice. So, just this weekend we played in the most recent Cosmic Crown Showdown, and actually went undefeated in the constructed portion of it, playing a Ruby Diamond Redlings deck. We might stream that deck later. I kind of just want to play a slightly faster deck right now. Alright, so opponent has Primordial Sabretooth, so for 2 mana, he can put this into his deck and deal 5 damage to target opposing troops. So he's going to kill our Outlaw here. And have an Artisanal Sommelier. So it's a 1 mana 0/3 that whenever you play an Ardent troop, so in the left corner of this card, you can see its faction. So there's Ardent, and in our case, and also Underworld. So whenever he plays an Ardent troop, it creates a random wine and puts it into his hand. Just gonna play Matriarch and attack. Alright, so he plays another Sommelier out to make a wine. So the wines vary from things like drawing 2 cards, giving a creature +1 for each wine in your crypt, and dealing damage to an opponent equal to the number of cards in their hand. Alright, so opponent's gonna have to block both of our troops here. I'm gonna just start with cremating their face. So, because when we scrounge cremate, it gives us a mana again. So it basically deal 2 damage for free. So we can play this Outlaw and Goat. And that way, even if they block our 3 power troops, we can still kill them with the other guys. So, not sure what to take out for Ire, though. It might just be these fireballs, since they're technically easier to cast, since we only need 2 mana. Still pretty new with this deck, actually just playing it for the first day today. So things like sideboarding and whatnot make it a little bit harder. I actually found this deck on hexpvptools.com, I believe is the name of the URL. So another great thing about Hex is all the data's out there. So if I just want to look up decks and everything, I can go to Hex PvP Tools, look up decks that have been doing well in tournaments, and just build those decks. So opponent's going first here. The Scapegoat on 1's a little bit iffy because of Carnosaurus, but I think I still just run it out. He also went with a Ruby Threshold first, So that makes a Scapegoat a lot easier to play for us because Carnosaurus requires double wild thresholds. Opponent has a Righteous Outlaw of his own. So we kind of want like a burn spell to kill this Righteous Outlaw. Like possibly draw one of our Cremates, because we want to kill this before it can flip into the Scarlet Swordsman. So once again, drawing a removal like professional. And making our Lazgars cheaper every time. Alright, so opponent plays an Aegis Troubadour. Troubadour. So at the start of his turn, he gets one mana for each elf he controls. But, we're just gonna Burning Ire. Nice little Searing Blaze of deal 3 damage to target opposing Blood or Wild Troop, and that much damage to his face. Once again, attacking for 5 now, making this Lazgars cheaper. Next turn, we can play like Outlaw or Cackler, and then Vengeance for free. If he plays a Troop, we might just Vengeance for 3. So that'll still be pretty lethal. So yeah, I'm just gonna go with the free Vengeance here. He might block in a Scapegoat to try and save his health, but this is still 5 damage, and then this Lazgars is free to kill him with. So yeah, we're gonna put him to 1 here. Take out his Might Singer. We have 2 troops and hasty troops in hand. And we got the concession. Alright, we're against Olzak on Kagulichu. So Kagulichu is a Blood Wild champion. So with a Blood and Wild threshold and 4 charges, he can put the bottom 3 cards of his deck into his crypt and reveal a random card and put it into his hand. So despite not having a 1-drop troop, hand here is pretty decent. We have a Righteous Outlaw on 2, Cackler, Matriarch of Flames. So we're going to see how well this goes. Alright, opponent's greedy and starting out with Blood Ice means he's got no early plays. Lets us throw all of our damage to his face faster. Oh, there you are, Baby Yeti. Always on time, Baby Yeti. Alright, we're gonna start with this Outlaw. Yep, just always want them dead as fast as possible. Just take creatures, turn sideways. I mean, if he has Blight Bramble, I mean, he still has to block. Oh man, another slow shard. Oh man, that just feels so good, opponent. Thank you. Alright, I think we're just... I'm not sure if I should actually play Cackler and Baby Yeti, because, like, with the Cackler, that's +3 power, so that's a point of damage more than just a Matriarch. That's actually kind of hard to debate here. Like, I think the Cackler Baby Yeti play might actually be better. No, actually, no. I'm gonna hold on to the Cackler, so that way when we transform into the Scarlet Swordsman, we can be sure to clear his troop. Yeah, so we're just gonna play Matriarch and just curve out on him. Not to mention, we're clearly playing around the cheap shot, right? Oh man, I completely forgot. I don't have a webcam set up yet, so you can't hear the cheap shot quotation marks that I'm doing with my fingers. Alright, so we have a Blightbark Paladin. So it's a 3-mana 2/2 with lethal with Deathcry. So when it dies, target troop you control gets +2/+2, or target opposing troop gets -2/-2. So we're gonna probably use the Cackler combo there to clear away, deal 5 damage to his face, and then, you know, we can kill off our Scarlet Swordsman then. Oh man, even got a Ruby Shard. Opponent's so dead. Alright, yeah, so we're gonna go with this Cackler. I want to get in for a lot of damage here with the Swordsman trigger. I mean, I could play Matriarch and that might have been better, but I just really want this Cackler combo. I'm just gonna be greedy. So even though the Scarlet Swordsman's gonna probably die from the Paladin trigger, it's still getting in for 5 damage to his face. And then he's still taking 5 from our troops, and then we just kill him with the Hero Power and Cremate. And look, we could even pre-combat Valor because, like, the scrounge from the Cremate still gives us a mana. Just lighting him on fire. Alright, so I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure Boltspasms come out here. If he's the Deathcry deck, Bright Brambles on the play are going to be really bad for us. We're just going to throw in some Burning Ires. Alright, hand has 2 Mama Yetis and a Cremate and a Burning Ire. We're gonna ship this back. We have no early troops. Alright, this is okay. We have a Scapegoat. This ice we can use to get the 4 shard for Mama Yeti later. but we at least have an early troop for triggering our Lazgar's Vengeance. That's the important part. So opponent starts off with a Knightbeat Blackie. Man, opponent actually having early blockers, like, what is this? No, he should be playing slow shards and ice. Alright, so we do have a Magma for later. So we're gonna start by triggering our Lazgar's Vengeance. Attack with this goat. And yeah, he gets the free block. Depending what we draw, we might just go with Ice and just play Goat. So that way we can have 3 untapped mana the next turn for things like, and hold up Crackling Magma for later. Because like right now, we don't need a Crackling Magma anything. We should just be triggering our Lazgars. Alright, so I will just go for Ice, and this time just go non-resource. We have all the shards that we need, so we're just going to keep goading our opponent. Like, come on, opponent, block our goat! Block it! Block it! Goading opponent! Alright, so like, even if our non-resource troop isn't like, our non-resource card isn't a troop that we want to play on 3, we can still be holding up Crackling Magma and Goat on with 3 open mana, with 3 shards. And then, you know, turn 4, Mama Yeti. So unfortunately our hand is a little bit slower here, so this might be a little bit more difficult for us to win. Especially since he got Promiscuous Succubus, so this is a 3 mana 3/2 with Flyer. Double Blood Threshold and Death Cry, so when it dies, target troop gets Death Cry, summon a Cardinal Demon. And, you know, a 6 mana, 6/6 flying is going to be pretty hard for us to beat if he gets that going. Alright, so we do got the Burning Ire. So, we're still just going to keep attacking with Goat, and if he tries to trigger the Succubus, we'll just kill the thing that he tries to put the trigger on. I mean, eventually we can just Lazgar's his board, and hopefully guarantee that he doesn't ever get a 6/6 demon. Alright, he's going to activate his power. He gets a Thought Collector. So that was a 2 mana, 2/1 flying blood troop. That when it dies, he takes each opposing champ. He takes the top card of each opposing champion's deck and puts it into his hand and changes the threshold to blood. So, Okay, attacks with the Succubus here. That's pretty good for us. Yeah, it's another important thing to keep note of. Alright, so with 2 Burning Ires... Yeah, we might not want the Magma for the... So with 2 Burning Ires, should we pull the trigger and try and kill his troop before he can trigger Succubus? I feel like that's a yes, just because it's 6 damage. Like, I feel like that has to be good to guarantee that he doesn't get his 6/6 troop. Like, I can't be wrong here, right? Because, like, how we lose this game is him getting a 6/6 out. So, these 2 Ires doing it on his end step might be a good idea. So, I think I'm going to actually not play Mama Yeti this turn. So we're gonna go with that line. Like, we might take a little bit of... Well, we're actually not gonna really take any damage. Because we're gonna kill his troops. Alright, so he also has a Necro Coin, so he's gonna dome us for 2, that's fine. Like, we're still actually just doming him for 6 with these Ires. Like, that's actually more damage than a Mama Yeti would do this turn. So yeah, we're gonna try the Burning Ire. We do get punished if he has, like, Gargolith. But if he's a Deathcry deck, I don't think he has main deck Gargolith. Yep, okay. So we're halfway there. He's gonna try and put the trigger onto the Lackey. This is when I actually think that we Crackling Magma here. Because, like, it takes out 2 of his blockers. Like, I think that's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Magma trick. I'm gonna go with Magma here. So he can draw his 2 cards, and we get the 6/6 Demon trigger off the table. And then we still have this Burning Ire for later plays. Hey there, Coach. How you doing today? Alright, so he has a Runir Hierophant. So this is a 3-mana 2/2 with Deathcry, Make an Abomination, and Summon a Blight Blossom. Thank you, Coach, for the follow. You were both a gentleman and a scholar. Alright. I'm thinking, just for now, attack with Goat, make this Lazgar's cheaper. When he tries to attack us, we can Burning Ire, and then the following turn, Vengeance him. You're thinking double setup? You know, I can go... I'll go with the double smash. Let's go with the double smash. I doubt our opponent can put, like, a bunch of more power onto the table. Plus, this does line up with a Burning Ire Vengeance play the next turn, so that's actually a pretty good idea. We're still a couple charges off, so I'm going to hold on that power still. We just gotta hope that he doesn't make this Runir Hierophant bigger than our Vengeance, I guess. True, yeah, opponent is theoretically at 10. Alright, so he gets in. Yeah, with this Goat having 5 power, I'm pretty sure we Burning Ire the Collector, attack with both of our troops, and just kill him. I'm pretty sure that just kills him. Like, even drew up a Fireball too. So yeah, let's... I'm gonna wait to Burning Ire this until we're attacking, because say, like, we Thought Collector and he grabs Fireball. So I want to guarantee that our Lazgar's is super cheap first. Alright, so we're gonna Burning Ire this. He'll block, say, like, Mama Yeti to kill it. I mean, he's also just dead to what we have in hand. Alright, so he just takes the Yeti damage. We Vengeance him and he's dead. It's alright, we got there, guys. We got there. Alright, up to 30 now. Getting pretty close to, you know... Getting close to you, Bob, you know. Yeah. Oh man, we've actually been playing a lot of people that have been higher than us, like Horizon. That guy was just 11th. Alright. Oh yeah, like, this deck is... It's so nice for this current ladder of just nothing but slow shards and control. Well, okay, Marty, I can't log on to MTGO because I don't have MTGO, and I'm not doing that. Alright, so we're against... let's call it Cadillac. I may mispronounce these names here. So for 2 diamond threshold and 4 charges, you can Fate Weave. Alright. It's tempting, Echoes. Tempting. It's quite tempting. I'll think about it later. I should have... Like, if I become more of a popular streamer, I will have to start getting people swords to defend themselves. Alright, so a little bit shard heavy here, but I'm still gonna keep it just because of like turn 2 Outlaw and an early Cremate for interaction. Not really sure what our opponent's playing. We just know that he's Fate Weave based, or has the Fate Weave champion. Nah, clearly watch our opponent be like black-green Reanimator, like Blood Wild Reanimator, and misclicked on picking the champion. That's clearly what obviously happened. Alright, picked up another Cremate here. So we can use this... Hopefully we can just clear the way for our Righteous Outlaw. Alright, there are also conscripts. So conscript, you create a troop and put it into your hand, and the thresholds become equal to the thresholds of the card that created it. So this conscript's an an ardent troop. Ardent's the term I was looking for. So it's an ardent troop with cost 3, and it gets -1 costs. Yeah, I just have trouble getting with the tabs. Like, I show up to a CCS of a new format, I just bring redlings. I just show up with my cane and my old man redlings. Okay, so opponent has Decree of Banishing. So when he deploys this, it voids target opposing troop, and when this decree leaves play, the troop comes back. Yeah, I mean, look at me right now. Like, played redlings, deck has red, same thing. Alright, so opponent has Deathless Infiltrator, 3 mana, 2/4. Whenever he Fate Weaves, this gets +2 power and flight until the start of your next turn. All of them, because all the Ruby cards kill your opponents, and that's the best thing against Constants. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the answer there. Like, if it kills your opponent, it's good. Alright, we're gonna jam this Mama Yeti. Remember, kids, another PSA from HodorHodor. If it kills your opponent, it's probably a good card. The best answer is killing your opponent. Alright, so definitely really Fate Weave heavy here. So it's a 2-mana 2/2 that when you Fate Weave, it gets +2/+2. And opponent has another Decree of Banishing. No! Opponent! Why do you have to decree our mama? She was just protecting her younglings. Why you gotta banish my mama? Opponent even decides to... He's probably just holding the champ power on for more damage. Alright, cool, we got a Matriarch. I'm fine with that. So we're gonna draw some gas here. We're gonna kill our opponent's 2/2. And, you know, just keep swinging in there. Even makes a burn to the ground. Alright, Fate Weaves. Make this into a 4/4. Yep, just keep swinging, just keep swinging, just keep swinging. Oh, our opponent's dead. Sorry about that. So Shimpy Games is actually my friend's Twitch stream, so he's allowing me to use his equipment to stream. Hence why we put featuring HodorHodor. What I might also do is I'm currently working with some friends on a YouTube channel, and they just keep referring to me as Chris. I might just make them call me HodorHodor all the time. Alright. So I'm pretty sure we just double burn his troop to get in. Make it harder for the opponent to kill us. Make another burn to the ground. Play Boltspasm. Opponent also has Lower Goyle Curator. So it's a 3-mana 2/4 with Flight, and pay 1, transform target transform target card in an opposing crypt in a Tome of Lore. So that's a 0-mana artifact. That you pay 1, sacrifice it, draw a card, and if he has 5 or more Tomes of Lore in his crypt, you can choose to summon a random avatar or dragon. Opponent also has Daughter of the Poet, so that's pretty annoying. Has a 2/2 with Life Drain, and when he has 5 Diamond Thresholds, he can return a troop from his crypt into play. So he's gonna get to return like Deathless Infiltrator probably. Yeah, so he gets that Fate Weave action. Opponent's not attacking us. So these guys will stop having Fate Weave. I mean, these guys will stop having flying. He has to Fate Weave next turn. We know that he has still the conscripted troop into his hand, so that card in hand is his conscript troop. I might just go with Burn to the Ground for face and try and kill him. Let's see, if I play Outlaw, this burn can do for 2, and I can kill the Daughter. So, okay, the lines are either burn to the face and be dead to Fate Weave, or Righteous Outlaw, burn Daughter, still be dead to Fate Weave. Alright. We're going face. We're gonna say face is the place. Opponent's at technically like 8, because if you can gain 2 life with the daughter. Don't say what, Marty? Alright, so that's a Mordrum here. Target troop with 3 or less from... Put target troop with cost 3 or less from your crypt into play. It gets invincible. That's fine. That's not a Fate Weave card. Alright, I won't say that. We'll just say our opponent's definitely dead here. Definitely dead. 100% dead. Unless he attacks with his daughter. Don't attack with the daughter. Don't attack with the daughter. Fingers crossed, don't attack with daughter. Don't realize how dead you are. No, he attacked with the daughter! Alright, wait, just take it all. I'm just gonna take it all. Forget doing math. Math is hard. One is not dead. Man, that Lazgar's Vengeance is a bit slow. So when this troop dies, when this leaves, when a card you control named Mordrum leaves play, put this into your deck. So we go with Burning Mordrum to get rid of his blockers, and attack and kill him. Okay, we got there. We got there. Alright, 1 is not none, I'll say that. Alright, so once again here we're proving that... Put it, find the losing line. Because, like, as we saw there, the biggest source of damage was his infiltrators, and Sabretooth kills infiltrators. Alright, yeah. This hand's pretty good. Even better if we were on the play. We can go turn 2 Righteous Outlaw. Mama Yeti on 4. Oh man. Has a wood drop. That's not like an ice. You should just play ice, opponent. Alright. I might... Nah, it's just free to play this ice. Like, I should just play this ice and grab a non-resource troop. There's no reason to play it later. It's fine, it's fine. Maybe he decides, look, he plays an ice, maybe he attacks for 2 and doesn't play another troop. Oh my god, okay. Now, let's say... Alright. I learned from Jeff, I'm not gonna call my opponent shots, so we're just doing this. I'm not gonna say what he could have had. No, he had the totem trap! I didn't call that! You're not supposed to have it because I didn't call an opponent! It was gonna obviously be a trap, I just didn't want to say it. Oh man, and the hailstorm. Opponent bringing the hailstorm. Yep, it knew. Kismet knew I thought about it. I just shouldn't think. Alright. We're just gonna keep getting some non-resources. It's fine, it's fine. Mama Yeti can't get totem trapped. It's fine. Mama Yeti will carry us on her back and give us the vengeance for Lazgars that we need. Oh my god, second hailstorm. The forecast did not call for this much hail. Alright, it's fine. 2 Hailhawks can't beat a Mama Yeti. It's fine. Like, I'm pretty sure I fireball his... Pretty sure I'm just gonna fireball and conserve some life here. I mean, opponent still only has 2 cards in hand, okay? Like, we're still... And we have these vengeances, like, they'll get cheap enough, we can just clear up all the hail. Alright, look, like, it's fine. We attack with our Mama Yeti, make the Lazgars cost 5, and vengeance everything. It's fine. It's okay, we got this. Heck, I can even play Goat and attack, like... Yeah, let's play Goat, get that Goat in there too. Opponent just throws a bunch of Hawks in the way. And bam! Vengeance for Lazgars, it's fine. Look, opponent doesn't even have a play, like... It just feels so good. I can't even Lazgars them this turn, they don't have anything worth Lazgarsing. Bring to justice? Why are you gonna bring my outlaw to justice? Yeah, so we have 6, 10, 13 damage if this goat connects. We got there, guys. I think they Fate Weaved Shards and we're hoping for ice? I'm not entirely sure. Oh, the Shard Ward! Alright. Opponent still has a chance here. I guess I should have, like, played that different. I don't think there's a way to play that different. Oh my god, and he brings our goat to justice. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. He's gonna whiff for 2 turns and our Baby Yeti's gonna kill him. It's fine. We got this. It's alright. Baby Yeti. No, not a 3-2. Not a 3-2. Can't beat that. It's okay. Like, even drawing 2 shards, we kill him. 1 more shard, we kill him. Like, opponent is pretty dead to everything on our deck. Look, draws a shard, it's fine. Wow, attacks with... He's hoping for that dog. His dog, where his dog's at? His dogs aren't there. His dog's not at the top of his deck. Alright, look, we got there. It's fine. Just before we kill him, let this Baby Yeti get in. Alright, now we burn him. Alright, we're gonna claim our prize too. Like, look, we leveled up. We can get a random sleeve. We can't level up today, but oh well. Alright, we're up against Horizon for the 3rd time today. We know he's on Mono Wild. We know we can't keep this hand. Like, as much as we love Mama Yeti, doing nothing until turn 4 is not a good idea. Alright, hands is okay. I'm pretty sure he plays main deck Carnosaurs, but alright. We're on the play, and our Boltspasm actually trade with Carnosaur. Yeah, Meat Bomb with that follow. Thank you very much, sir. Oh man, even goes turn 1 Ruby, so that way he doesn't even have... Like, he doesn't have a play to beat us. This is 6 damage on turn 2. Just casual turn 2, 6 damage. No, it's okay, Marty. We don't have to do math as long as we always assume our opponent is dead. That's how it works. That's burn math. Opponent is always dead. Why do math? Alright, we want a shard here, so we can just play all of these 1-drops. Like, hold up the fireball. Fireball. No! Not... Oh, man. Not a 1-1. Alright, it's fine. We cremate his 1-1. Just get it out. Alright, so the question is... I'm gonna go with the Boltspasm. I'm gonna go with the Boltspasm play just for more damage later. Alright, Sabretooth or Cackler. Sabretooth, the card that deals less damage than these Boltspasms. Okay, opponent, I'm okay with that. And if we draw a Ruby Shard, our opponent's gonna be really dead. Just when in doubt, burn him out. There is a chance that I might want Burning Ire, and like if we lose, I probably will switch it in. I'm just not entirely sure if there's Ruby troops in his deck that Burning Ire will miss. Alright. So, I'll take some advice here. Like, we're on the draw, and we have all these 1-drops. Snap keep. I'm gonna go with the first response that I see. Alright, we're going with them all. I don't actually trust myself. Alright, this is okay. Yeah, like, the Shard Screw is pretty real. Like, the only reason why I like that hand is because we have 1-drops that trade with Carnosaur. Like, our opponent started with a Wild Threshold. Like, I don't even think we played this Baby Yeti. Like, if we had Lazgar's Vengeance in hand, sure, I would play Baby Yeti to trigger. But we don't. So, like, I don't feel like making this baby... Just play it? Alright. Bob, I blame you if this Baby Yeti gets eaten. Yeah, but we can't beat it, but we can also make sure that he doesn't just get a free eat. Because, like, we could play Righteous Outlaw and then make a trade. Like, now he gets 2 troops out of that, and that's why. Because, like, I'm thinking if we didn't play Baby Yeti there, he wouldn't play his, Yeah, we wouldn't play the Baby Yeti for a couple turns, but I think that's... Like, if he didn't play the Karn, we get in for 2 with Outlaw, because he doesn't play Karn, probably. I don't know. It's a really weird, like, mind game, and I'm probably overthinking it as a bird deck. Alright, opponent has 4 mana up, but, like, I'm pretty sure we just don't care. Like, I don't know what he could have. I don't think I've ever saw Aspect of the Squirrel from him, so I'm pretty sure we just keep attacking. I do realize that, like, I'm putting myself out for Crocosaur. Oh, he does have Aspect of the Squirrel. Oh, man. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Alright, I'm pretty sure we can't beat... Pretty sure we can't beat this. Like, this 5/5 on defense... Pretty sure we can't beat that. Opponent got there for once. Yeah, it's fine, it's fine. We still have game 3. Yeah, like, everything that we have is better on the play right now. Alright. So... Do we put these Ires in? Like, what do we take out for Ire on the play? Like, do we just swap out the Cremates and just have... Like, I'm actually... Okay. Yeah, just Cremates are probably always the first thing that's gonna come out. Alright, let's just go 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, kill them. Like, 1-drop Boltspasm, 2-drop Outlaw, 3-drop Matriarch, 4-drop Mama Yeti. Let's just have that hand. Alright, babies and mamas. Alright. I'm pretty sure we're just gonna keep it. Like, on the play, we want to get our hits in. Ah, man, not a 1-mana 1/3? So he has Witch of the Wishing Well. So when this attacks, put 1 troop from your hand into your deck. If you do, put a random troop from your deck into your hand. It gets +1/+1. I mean, we'll at least be able to fireball it later. So I'm gonna play this ice, get an action. We'll play this baby. So, like, do we just keep going face? Like, do we just keep attacking? Do we just trade this baby in for a point of damage? I think we trade this baby in for a point of damage. It's never gonna really... Like, it's never going to not get blocked. Yeah, exactly. We're just gonna keep bluffing Lazgar's Vengeance. Hopefully we can draw... Like, hopefully the card that we draw is really good with the ice. Okay, we're gonna definitely fireball that Bite Singer. The Scapegoat's not exactly what I wanted, but okay. Kinda wanted, like, something like Outlaw, or even Cackler. Or even Lazgar's Vengeance. I would have taken Lazgar's Vengeance. At least next turn we're just jamming Mama Yeti in their face. Alright, do a little switcheroo there. Another witch! Scorch! Flame Scorch? Alright, sure. Sure, opponent. That's fine, opponent. We're just gonna play back-to-back Mama Yetis, okay? That's our plan. Alright, maybe he goes for the Wildfire play or something? Opponent's dead if he doesn't actually have, like, a blocker. Ah, man. Alright. So... And now, I guess we still just attack with these Mamas, like... He has Aspect, but that's not killing us. Yeah. Alright. He had Primordial. We forgot that he had Primordial. We forgot about that. I'm gonna actually hold on to the shard, make it look like we have something. Like, opponent's not pressuring us. And opponent's technically at 5. If this Mama Yeti connects... Is it K... Yeah, K-Smith78 with the follow. Thank you very much. Alright, Sabretooth, curse you. Alright, it's fine. We're gonna top deck Mama Yeti like a professional. Like, we have a 1 in 25... Yeah, 1 in 25 chance of top decking Mama Yeti. It's fine. It's fine. This Yeti has to grow up more. This Yeti needs to grow up. I mean, it's still at least a point of damage. And once again, opponent's really not pressuring us with these 1/1s. He's even holding them back to block. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna start playing at least a shard to build up the charge power. I'm still gonna hold this for Matriarch. Like, and plus we could also build up our mana base to Lazgar's Vengeance, and that would actually kill him. Alright, there's the Wildfire. He's not using his charge power on it. That's interesting. So this is +3, so we're pretty much dead to this. No! Why do you have to cost 1 more Lazgars? Like, so close! Alright. Oh, man. This is so close. So we're pretty much just dead to the Wildfire, right? Like... But the Wildfire, yeah. This Wildfire will just kill us. I'm pretty sure we're close, we're dead no matter what. So we're just gonna attack. Yeah, Lazgar should just clearly cost 7. Alright. We'll let Horizon win 1 match. We've been burning them pretty bad. Wow, fire with fire is in his deck too. Like, wow. This deck. Alright, killing us with Lazgar triggers. Alright. Unfortunately, we're gonna end the stream with a loss here. But thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. Alright, thank you everyone for watching, and have a good afternoon, evening, or night. And see you all again.